Hello, welcome to Made to Heal with Angela Brown. So I want to ask you, do you believe that you can reverse or heal disease? Do you think it's possible? I am living proof that it is possible to heal and reverse disease. I will get into that here in a sec. Please check out my book in the comments below to You Are Made to Heal spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. It's just my journey of being stuck for 30 plus years from childhood trauma, uh, anger, suicidal thoughts, depression, and not saying I was like that the whole 30 plus years, right? Like, it's not to say I wasn't a happy person, but a lot of people that are dealing with depression look like some of the happiest people you know. We've all heard that phrase, and it's true. I was able to hide it really well because a lot of people would come up to me finding out going, I had no idea. You would have been the last person I would have ever suspected to have depression. So it's important to recognize that as well. But this book was written for the intent of all adults and all teens, just out of the box ideas. I have not had depression or suicidal thoughts going on 10 years, and it's miraculous. And it's miraculous because I have put in the work. I have done the work, and I have yoked myself with Christ and God, and I have been able to heal from those, and it's been a beautiful experience. So check that out. So my question that I asked you, do you believe it's possible to heal from disease or reverse disease altogether? Absolutely. My twin sister and I were born very sickly. Our parents kept taking us to the doctors, and they just kept, saying failure to thrive, failure to thrive. Finally, my parents are like, we are coming more often to you guys, and you keep putting them on more antibiotics. There is something wrong. What's going on? They're sick, and then medical notes keep saying failure to thrive. And then the one doctor said, okay, let's send him to the specialist. So they sent him to the head specialist of the cystic fibrosis clinic. And that is where we were diagnosed with cystic fibrosis. And he said, it's not looking good. We were a year and a half at that time. And this doctor said that we probably wouldn't make it past our second birthday just because we weren't gaining weight. We weren't thriving. And he said, if they do make it past their second birthday, most likely won't make it past their fifth. So just go home, enjoy them, just go enjoy these girls. And if they do make it past their fifth birthday, there have been cystic fibrosis people that live into their teens, but they're living in the hospital for half their lives or more. And it's not recommended that they have children because they just don't make it past their early 20s. They do not survive past their early 20s, so that would not be recommended. My parents were devastated. They walked away going, and so they asked this doctor, what do we do from now? What do we do from here? And he said, well, let's just up their dose of the antibiotics. And that's when my dad said, hold up. For one, we don't have medical insurance, and this in and out of the hospital over half their lives isn't an option for us. Two, you want them to go on more antibiotics when every time they've increased their antibiotics with each doctor visit, and it's only making them worse. So we don't want to go that route. But thank you. And they left just so discouraged, going, we don't know how long we have with these girls. They're going to die soon. And there's got to be something. So they looked, my dad happened to work with a guy that was into holistic natural remedies. And he said, I have a woman that I would like to talk to you. I would love for you to talk to her because I believe she can help you and your girls. And my dad said, hey, I'm open to anything because we just got one side here. This is it. This is what you get to look forward to. And this is not an option for us. And so they talked with this lady, and I don't even know her last name, but I do know her first name. But she told my dad and mom, she said, it is very important you do everything that I tell you to do. And so they said, okay, what is it? And she said, you need to get them off of all red meat, off of all dairy, off of all sugars that aren't natural, like fruit is fine, right? Fruit is a natural sugar. So get them off of all dairy, get them off of all red meat, sugar, food coloring and dyes, and white breads and white rice. Like she just said, anything white that's bleached. So my parents are like, okay, we'll do that. They went home and they cleaned out their cupboards. They cleaned out their cupboards and had two things left. They had a loaf of bread, which I'm sure like had some dough conditioners in it, whatever. And they had a jar of pickles, which still had food coloring in it, the yellow dye. But they got rid of everything else. They cleared everything out. Their neighbors and family thought they were bonkers. They lost their minds. They're like, we can't eat this anymore. Can you guys eat this? We're not eating this anymore. Do you guys want it? And they're like, yeah, we'll take it. And they put us on a very, very strict diet. They did a lot of other things, and I will get into the detox. But our bodies are full of toxins. So my twin sister and I were told, our parents were told that we wouldn't live very long lives. I feel like God has blessed me and granted me 45 plus years of my life. I am turning 48 really soon, and I've been given extra years. A lot of them weren't spent very well because I wasn't feeling good. And yes, our food that we eat affects the way that we feel mentally. It affects the way we feel emotionally. And my parents gave my sister and I a really strong start from that moment on of talking with that lady. They gave us a strong start by taking all of that out. And what I love about my parents, they're like, oh, this isn't a for them thing. This is a family lifestyle change. We are going to do this as a family. And when you make a lifestyle change together as a family, then you have all the support that you need. And so I was so grateful for that. It was hard. I didn't understand as a child. What do you mean I'm going to a birthday party and I can't have that cake? What do you mean I can't have sugar? What do you mean I can't eat that ice cream? And I didn't understand. And then when I hit my teen years, I went wild and ate like every other teen, right? Pizzas, ice cream sundaes. I couldn't get enough of it. Sugar, sugar, sugar. It was an addiction. My body loved it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I hadn't had a lot of it growing up. So I was like making up for lost time, I'm sure. And then in my high school years, I got super sick. I was sick for 2 whole weeks, missed school for 2 weeks, felt so horrible. And I remember praying to God. I literally felt like I was dying. My chest hurt so bad. I prayed to God. I said, God, will you please take me now? I want to die. I feel so sick. And I was able to recoup from that, right? My parents put me on a regime and that helped me. And then I get into my early 19, and I marry my husband. And of course, he's on the SAD diet like most everybody else. And so I'm like, that's what I'm going to do. This is going to be the easiest. And I was already on that diet when I met him and dated him. Only I did stay away from red meats and stuff, but I was eating dairy like crazy and was married a couple years. Well, actually was married just a little over a year when I got pregnant with our first. And then the last 6 weeks, I was coughing up blood. I was not feeling good whatsoever. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to do something different. And I coughed up blood the last 6 weeks of my pregnancy. And then when my baby was 6 weeks old, I found out about the vegan diet, where I'm taking out all animal products. And that seemed to really help. It turned my life around. The guy said, try it for 2 years. If you don't feel better, go back to how you were eating. I went on that diet for 11 years. I had never felt better my whole life. I felt so good. Like, good as in just before I hit my teen years, because my parents were working so hard to keep us healthy. I felt so good. And then I hit my 5th pregnancy and craved everything under the sun and went to eating all standard American diet. I ate everything, anything and everything. But I am here to tell you, I am living proof that you can reverse disease and sickness. I do feel sick. When I eat the standard American diet, it catches up with me. And sometimes it takes 4-5 years. But I've noticed every time I do vegan or raw vegan, which I am raw vegan right now, every time I do that, it's the time to be on the standard American diet lessens for me. Like I start getting sick and my body starts talking to me going, this isn't for you. This is going to make you sick. This is going to bring, this is just not for you. And so I am grateful for my body that talks to me, but we can heal. I am living proof. I am alive. I have 45 extra years that I shouldn't have had. So we are made to heal. We are able to take the toxic stuff out of our lives and heal. And I will talk about that tomorrow, how to detox. What do we do to detox? It's so important to go into detox. I will talk about that tomorrow, so stay tuned. Please like and subscribe to my channel. No matter where you're at in your health, you can heal. It is possible. It just will take a lot of work on your end, but just know that healing is possible for anyone who seeks it and truly wants it. You are in control. You are in power of your healing journey. So please like and subscribe, share it with others. And until next time, again, tomorrow I'm going to talk about how to detox the body. Talk to you later. Bye.